The situation in Gaza is dire. Thousands of Palestinians are fleeing their homes in southern Gaza. This comes after Israel issued new evacuation orders. People are desperate to reach safety. They are leaving with very few belongings. Many are traveling on foot. Others are using donkeys or overcrowded vehicles. The journey is dangerous and the roads are jammed. The United Nations estimates that 84% of Gaza is now under evacuation orders. This is a huge displacement of people. The humanitarian crisis is worsening by the hour. Essential supplies are running low. Access to healthcare is becoming extremely limited. Families are facing unimaginable hardships. They have already endured multiple displacements. Many have lost their homes and livelihoods. They are exhausted and traumatized. The situation is especially difficult for children, the elderly, and those with disabilities. The world is watching as this crisis unfolds. There is growing concern about the safety and well-being of civilians caught in the crossfire. The ongoing conflict has created a severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The forced displacement of nearly 2 million Palestinians is overwhelming the healthcare system. Hospitals are struggling to cope with the influx of patients. Médecins Sans Frontières, also known as Doctors Without Borders, is working tirelessly to provide aid. They report dire conditions in overcrowded shelters. Sanitation facilities are inadequate. Clean water is scarce. These factors are contributing to the spread of diseases. MSF staff describe the situation as inhumane. People have lost everything. They are living in fear and uncertainty. The psychological toll on families is immeasurable. Children are particularly vulnerable. The international community is being urged to act swiftly. They must provide aid and support to alleviate the suffering. The world is watching the events in Gaza with growing alarm. The international community is condemning the violence and calling for a ceasefire. The United Nations is urging all parties to protect civilians. Many countries are providing humanitarian aid to Gaza. They are sending food, water, medicine, and other essential supplies. Aid agencies are working around the clock to deliver assistance to those in need. Diplomatic efforts are underway to try to de-escalate the situation. The United States, European Union, and other key players are engaging in shuttle diplomacy. They are urging both sides to show restraint and work towards a peaceful resolution. The situation remains fluid and unpredictable. The international community faces significant challenges in addressing the crisis and finding a lasting solution. Section 4. Uncertain future for displaced Palestinians as conflict continues. The future remains uncertain for the millions of displaced Palestinians in Gaza. Many have been displaced multiple times. Their homes have been destroyed and their lives have been shattered. They face an unknown future filled with challenges. The trauma of the conflict will have long-lasting consequences. The loss of loved ones, livelihoods, and a sense of security will leave deep scars. The international community must provide psychosocial support to help people cope with the trauma. The need for a just and lasting peace is more urgent than ever. A political solution is essential to end the cycle of violence and displacement. Until then, the people of Gaza will continue to suffer. The world must not turn away from this crisis. We must continue to provide aid, support, and solidarity to the Palestinian people. Section 5. Calls for ceasefire and long-term solutions intensify. As the humanitarian crisis worsens, calls for a ceasefire are intensifying. World leaders, international organizations, and humanitarian groups are urging all parties to lay down their arms. They argue that a ceasefire is crucial to allow for the delivery of aid and to prevent further loss of life. However, achieving a lasting ceasefire remains a significant challenge. The underlying issues of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, including the status of Jerusalem, the right of return for Palestinian refugees, and the expansion of Israeli settlements, remain unresolved. Finding a long-term solution requires addressing these root causes. This will necessitate difficult compromises from both sides. It will also require the active involvement of the international community in facilitating dialogue and providing support for peace-building efforts. The alternative is a continuation of the cycle of violence and suffering that has plagued the region for far too long. Section 6. Hope amidst the ruins. Gazans display resilience in face of adversity. Despite the unimaginable hardships they face, the people of Gaza continue to demonstrate remarkable resilience. Amidst the ruins, they are finding ways to support one another and rebuild their lives. Families are sharing their dwindling resources. Neighbors are helping neighbors. Community leaders are working tirelessly to provide comfort and assistance. The spirit of the Palestinian people remains unbroken. There is hope that one day peace will prevail and Gaza will be rebuilt. Until then, the world must stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people and support their aspirations for a brighter future. The resilience of the human spirit, even in the face of adversity, is a testament to the enduring power of hope.